Time Lord on NES is a very unique kind of game. It came out in September of 1990, so without further ado, let's check it out.
Okay, the game starts out at the Milton Bradley Time Travel Research Center in the year 2999. You're instructed to travel through 4 historical time periods and defeat time-traveling aliens before the year 3000 hits, or else something will happen. I'm not exactly sure what will happen, it doesn't really say, but mark my words. There will be consequences. Maybe it's good that you don't know because it allows for your imagination to make up the story, which is a lot more effective most of the time, so it's all good. Anyway, the concept of the game seems rather promising. It's just a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It's pretty reminiscent to games like Double Dragon and Final Fight, but this game is really one of a kind. It tried doing different things, but it failed. Miserably. Okay, maybe not miserably, but it's not that good. I mean, I don't know. You're a warrior in this quest in which you must defeat different enemies and bosses, as well as collect small orbs that will ruin the villain's plans of destruction. Even though the game really doesn't have much else to offer, the way that you have to collect the different orbs takes skill, timing, and plenty of patience, as well as some supreme jumping skills. That's one of the great things about this game. You can't just pick up and play unless you're a hardcore NES player. You have to really know what you're doing and adjust to the controls. But that's not to say that the game is excruciatingly difficult. Most of the enemies can be defeated with a couple small kicks and punches and whatnot. The controls in this game are a little weird. Like I said, you really need to get the hang of them, which will take some time, even if you're a master at side-scrollers. And if you're a beginner with side-scrollers, then Time Lord isn't exactly the game for you, because it'll be extremely frustrating trying to get the hang of the controls. I'd say if you're just starting out, stick with Super Mario Bros. Or Kid Icarus or something like that. I think it's because the combat system is weird. The graphics are really nice though. Everything is very well detailed and looks very nice. However, every once in a while, there's a minor slowdown when there's too much action on the screen. But for the most part, visually, the game is very nice. The sound effects are your basic sounds on the NES. But the music can sometimes get on your nerves a little bit. The game is 6 levels long. The first level is extremely easy and short. The enemies don't even give you any trouble and they go down in a single hit. There's not even a boss at the end. It's really not that exciting. You have 5 orbs you have to collect. The 5 orbs you have to collect are all out in the open, so it's wicked easy to find them. The second level takes place in 1250 AD in a castle. Only 2 out of the 5 orbs are in plain sight, and the rest of them are hidden. The enemies in this one aren't that hard, so it's nothing too crazy. The third level takes place in Dead Man's Gulch. You can definitely see what I'm talking about here with the detailed levels and whatnot. In this level, you'll have to fend off guns, bandits, birds, and killer dogs. There are some 1-ups laying around somewhere, but you can also get a 1-up by killing 6 horseshoes that fly out of the stable. The level 3 boss isn't that hard if you know what you're doing. His head looks like a strawberry with a sombrero over it, and his body looks like a bean with a dress. I really don't know how to describe it, it's just really weird. If you want to beat this guy, then you're gonna need a turbo controller. It sucks because when you don't have a turbo controller plugged in, then you could literally hit him 500 times and it wouldn't do anything. Try it with a turbo controller and it takes about a minute to get him down. What the hell? So anyway, once you beat him, you're on to level 4, where it's the same stuff as before, except you're on a pirate ship. Your enemies are crabs, pirates, and barrels, which roll at you. Your boss at the end is a giant clam, which is pretty weird. He's hard until you get the hang of it, then you can beat him in no problem. The 5th level is a nightmare. The orb at the beginning is literally near impossible to get. The underground path is the worst part though. You have to get a gas mask to survive the toxic fumes and deadly gases. But if you get hit by a bullet, the mask will fly off and you don't even get a second time. You also need it for one of the orbs, so if you don't get that mask, then you're screwed. The boss is really annoying. Same stuff. The final level takes place back in 2999 AD. It's a short level and it contains no orbs. Thank God! I also really like the look of this level. It's full of vibrant detail and it's just so awesome. Make sure you get to this level with as many lives as possible though, because it's extremely difficult. Finally, when you beat the final boss, you win and you get a high score screen. As you can see, there was a lot of effort put into this high score screen. Now let's talk about the scores. All of them are like over 1 million and far out of reach of whatever you got. Like literally, you could get every bonus item in the entire game and you still wouldn't get on that high score list.
Overall, Time Lord isn't a bad game, but there's just nothing that sets it apart from other games that were coming out at the time. So, check it out, but don't expect anything too special. Because there's definitely plenty of games that are better than it. So, anyway, I'm Twisted Nick, and I'll see you later.